After 9 rounds of just crazy and dramatic races, we're finally here, round number 10, the final rounds of the IWTR World Formula Series. We're here, the Australian Grand Prix at the Adelaide Street Circuit. I'm still your host, Pauser, and even though I'm still here, Giuseppe can't come because he's really busy right now. So yeah, I understand that, and we'll just continue on with only me as your commentator and your host. So yeah, this track, the Adelaide Street Circuit, is a 3.219 kilometer circuit, or 2.012 miles circuit. 14 corners, 8 to the right and 6 to the left. Has hosted Formula One Grand Prix 11 times from 1985 to 1995. It's also hosting the Adelaide 500 for the Supercars Championship for the Australian guys. And F1 hasn't visited since 1995, so we're back here to visiting some Adelaide's action. This track it doesn't have many histories, including the 1994 incident where Michael Schumacher won the championship by just only one single point from Damon Hill. And will we see that sort of thing happen in this race as well? So we'll see. But before we go into the race, let's have a look at the championship standings update for both the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. So starting off with the Drivers' Championship first. So currently, Simo Ikinga still leading the championship for some reason. He does score a podium at the Korean GP at the last Grand Prix. He has 76 points now on his hand, and he will be comfortably lined up on third today. Moving on to the second place, which is Lewis Bottas, which will line up 17th today. He has 65 points, but as I said, he started 17th, so this would pretty much be a hard work for some of these guys for the championship. Next up, we have Sepp Plebs, who will line up 10th today, and he has 63 points to his name. And yeah, it's still top 10, but it's really hard to having a fight on this tight street circuit. Then we have Luke Jackson, which he lines up alongside the championship leader Simo Ikinga. He only has 61 points in the championship standings. He is 4th in the championship, and he was also start 4th as well in this race. He has the same points as the next guy that we're going to talk about, which is Markku Pekalainen, 61 points as well. But he started 23rd. So another hard work for Markku Pekalainen. So yeah, good. Well, we wish him a good luck for this race. And lastly, the man who has got a race win, the first race win for Grand Racing, is Isaac Fashaw. He starts 12th today. He only 60 points in the standings. He is 6th right now in the championship. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen in this race. The cloud seems to be as you can see, the cloud is actually forming up a little bit, and we'll see what happens in this race. Moving on to the Constructors' Championship, though, it's now Simtek Maranello, which is driven by Sepp Plebs and Simo Ikinga. Now they have 139 points, which is pretty far to be considered, but you can score a maximum points of 43 points, so they're still pretty much in danger of the other teams that we're going to talk about for the championship standings. The next team is Magna. Magna has 101 points and is second in the championship. They're both driven by Mitch Johnson and Luke Jackson. Yeah, as I said, only 38 points behind Simtek Maranello, with it would be a pretty much a big fight for the championship, both the drivers and the constructors. And another team that we're going to talk about is the Auto Germany, which is driven by John Blanc and Lewis Bottas, who is now on course to have a title shot with Simon Kenya and the rest of the guys that I talked about before. So they only have 100 points, 39 points behind Simtek Maranello. It's still pretty far, but like I said, you can score 43 points maximum. So I don't know what's gonna happen in this race. Wish all of them a good luck. Now, without further ado, let's go to the starting grid of this race. On pole position, we have Sim Somersus 93, which is wow. Okay, what a qualifying session that he has. He is a pole sitter now. Alongside him is Mitch Johnson in second place. Then in third place we have Simon Kenya, the championship leader. You're gonna have to watch out this guy. And also Luca Jackson, a championship contender as well. And John Blanc, Matt Tombe, Van Keur, Religion 35, Michael Valyak, Sepp Clips, championship contender. You better watch out for that. Isaac for sure, another one. And then Keiko Hulot in the 11th place. Bivona 13, Jordan Vermeer 14, Mark Tander, Ben Wolf, Lewis Bottas, another championship contender. Panis Glazos, Drake Master, Kutahainen, Peng Pilch, Tim Anderson, Marco Perkalainen, another championship contender. And Magic Falcon, Lewis Hill, and Alexander, and that rounds off the grid. It would be a pretty nice way to round off the final race of the season, the inaugural season as well. We'll see what happens in this race. Let's have some formation lap before we're gonna start the race. So let's have a tour on this 3.219 kilometer circuit. So they're gonna starting off from the starting grid, and then they go down into turn 1, 2, and 3. This is a pretty tight section. You want to be watch out with that. Then into turn 3, and then a little straight. As like I said, there was a. This is a street circuit, so it will be it will be having tight corners and tight sections of the track. So there's turn 4, and now we're heading to turn 5, and now into 6 and 7, into 6 and 7 over here, and then go to 7 over here, and then we'll go to a long straight, which DRS is reasonable on this in this sector, and then it goes into the sharp right-hander into turn 8, and then another straight, and then into turn 9. Then it will be a continuous left turn, so it will be turn 10, and then into 11th, and then into 12th, and into 12th over here, and then 13, a long right-hander. And then finally, they will round it off on the final corner in turn 14. And there you can see the pit entry is a little bit tricky to get in through, to be honest. You have to slow down. And there was an incident for Nigel Mansell to crash on the pit wall, the pit entrance wall. So the drivers have to watch out for that. So let's have a go here for the Australian Grand Prix, the final race of the season. All 4 lights are coming up, and it's lights out, and away we go. It's a pretty good start for Sim Summer Sim Play 3. It goes up really fast now into turn number 1 now. To turn number 1, they have to go single file, otherwise they will crash. And there was a little smoke there on the turn 1. So I have to crash. I have to crash the medical car, but I can't yet. There we go. So there we go. So back to the action now. Since 93 leading the race with Mitch Johnson in second place. There's Luca Jackson in third. Look at that. There's about a battle there, side by side. That's Keiko alone. It goes down the inside on turn 8. That was a very dangerous one. He has to yield because of that, and here it goes now, and look at that, and that is Ben Wolf down the inside. 2 cars move. Could he done it? He done it. A 2 cars move there, up to 13th, and a little bit lock up there for Jonah Vermeer, who was making up a lot of progress. Back on the front though, Simpson 93 still leading around to the final corner, and he will lead the first lap of the race. Fastest lap as well, 121.002. Behind is still trying to sorting around into the circuit. It's a pretty tight one, so you have to find space to overtake. So a little bit slide there, Matt Tombe. And look at that, there's a move there down the inside. There's Van Kern down the inside into turn 6. Sorry, that's turn 5, and then now to 6, round the outside he goes, and he gets the position done. Up to 7th he goes. What a move there. Red Legendary 5 is still looking for a move there. 14 laps of actions of the Adelaide Street Circuit. And here he goes, dive bomb down the inside, that's Jean Blanc down the inside on Matt Tombe. What a move there on turn 9. And look at that, Acatino Mivono was trying to go for a move on Keko alone as well, but he can't make it through. And there was a move there, Marco Bucklainen now making up position now into 24th. He actually dropped down to 24th though. And he goes back on the front, and as I said for sure that was a very dangerous one there, almost hitting the back of Jordan Vermeer. They're still looking on the front. There's Mitch Johnson pressurizing Sims over Sim 93, even though we have no DRS yet. We have no DRS yet, so it's still a skills game now. And you can see rear flap systems are now enabled, which that means DRS is now enabled now. And here he goes now, here he goes Mitch Johnson. He has a DRS, so he has a better acceleration, clean air on the back, and he might overtake him on the turn number 9 to take the lead. But that wasn't enough though. And what happens there? Alexander Nunn having a little problem. I think he might have crashed someone out, or let's have a little rewind. He had the front wing knocked out. I think that was from the second lap, pretty much. I think it was hit by someone else. It's gonna be a long one. So he was stopped over here. So I think he might have spun out himself or been crashed by someone. I think it was Lewis Hill. Maybe. We'll see what happens. So rewind is just gonna be a long rewind. So here we go. So it was Alexander. Yo man. So he just sliding himself off, and then he just hit his front wing. Wow. Okay. And then back on the front though, and we have that's a big one. That's another front wing loss for Acatino Ivona, and now two of them having a lot of problems there. So it was on the turn 9. It was in front, so that was Jordan Vermeer down the inside of Matt Tombe. What a great move, but on the back it was Acatino Ivona who was, I think, he just having leg braking, and then he hits the back of Keko Cologne. And another one there, that is Perman Pilcher on Tim Anderson. Thankfully they didn't break the back wing and the front wing. So now Keko Cologne and Bivona have to pit, both of them. So they both have to pit because of the damage that they get. So now here we go, Sim 93 still leading the race with Mitch Johnson in second, Luke Jackson in third. Inevitably, Luke Jackson is 4th in the standings right now. And that's Van Kern, what a move there on Simon Iquinha. Iquinha seems to falling for the pace. His pace is dropping off a little bit. So look at Cielo behind, and Marco Bucklainen, the championship leader, is being. Well, I think he's being hit by someone. Definitely. That's a big pile up there. There's a 3-car wreck. Lewis Hill, Matrix Falcon, and Marco Bucklainen. So it was this corner. Well, it's a continuous crash, I would say. Oh, it's over there. And ooh, this is gonna be a huge wreck. It is a huge wreck. So, oh my god, okay, so what happens here is he just goes down the inside even though the room is definitely closed. And, yep, that's what happens. And, oh, that's a big one. And Lewis Hill, he can't even avoid it. He can't do anything about that. So he lost a free front wing. And there's Bivona just coming out to the pits. Lewis Hill just coming into the pits. But I think Marco Pekalainen can't pit. He has to pit next lap. So that was a very unfortunate for one of the title contenders, or the championship contenders. And here he goes down the inside now. That's Lucas Jackson down the inside on Mitch Johnson, his teammate. Now up into second place. If he wins this race, well, if he wins this race and Yakinya score lower than about 8th, he would be the champion. He would win the championship for Lucas Jackson. Still plenty of action there going down the inside. Now Isaac for sure on Jordan Vermeer, but he still can't make it stick. But now Isaac for sure is now under pressure from Ben Wolf right behind him. The sky seems to be getting darker for some reason, and there is a Matrix. Sorry. That was a lapped car. That thing. That was a Matrix Falcon who was holding the field out. So one of the cars breaking master down the inside. Lewis Bottas, a championship contender. It's up to 17th now. There's plenty of actions there. So now Marco Pekalainen in the pits now. Will he come out in front of Lewis Hill? Now here it goes. Now coming out of the pit, coming out into the final corner, and he will definitely take that. So Marco Pekalainen drops back. I think probably last now. And oh, down the inside goes Red Legend 5. That was a big dive bomb move. And oh, we have a Sepp Plebs, another championship contender is out. I think he was being hit by. Oh, this is not looking good for all the championship contenders except Simon Yakinya. So there was another move there on the back as well. So I think Sepp Plebs was being hit by Michael Valniak. I think it's just late braking. Yeah, it is. It is on this. It is on the turn 4. So yeah, he just late braking there, and he can't do anything about that. But we have a contact on the back as well. Gunther Heinhoff has a damage. Gunther Heinhoff has a damage on his car. I don't know what's that for, but I bet it's on over here. So he hits the back of I think it was Mark Tander, so he hits Panos Glazos as well. Well, lots of actions occurring on this track. Gunther Heinhoff has to pit in this. He has to pit, and Mark Tander, he didn't really have any damage on his car, so he's still on the go. And you can see on the front has to pit all of them, including a championship contender Sepp Plebs. And there is Mark. I think who's that? Is that Marco Pekalainen? It is Marco Pekalainen just coming out of the pit after that long repair of the. Oh my god! Marco Pekalainen breaks off the components and ooh. He just comes out of the pit once again. So he comes out of the pit, and I don't know what happened to him. He just he goes too much on the inside of the curb, and he hits the wall. Bang, 2 wheels on, and he just, oh my goodness man, that was a very dangerous accident. And you can see that oh, that's a wing. All the wings are flying off now. Marco Pekalainen has to give up the positions now because of the blue flags that is occurring on the track right now. Luke Jackson still in 2nd place, Simon Yakinya in 5th. So it still didn't matter though. So because if Simon Yakinya scored 5th, that would be 10 points for him. But if Lucas Jackson wins this race, he gets 25 points. So that's 15 points. So that's 15 points advantage. But he's still gonna tie him. So Simon Yakinya has to score lower than 6th or lower to win the championship for Luka Jackson. But if Simon King still stay like this, he would have been in. He would tie with Luka Jackson. And oh, Luka Jackson, man, that was a dangerous one. And Van Keur was going to go down the inside. It was 2 battles now. We have a championship, the Drivers' Championship and a Constructors' Championship. So Magna has to hold off the bad guys until they can simply secure the championship. Here it goes now into turn 8. It's still pretty messed up. Alright, so sorry about the inconvenience because my father just called me in the middle of the broadcast here. So sorry for the inconvenience. We're back at racing now, as we now have a lot of battles here on the track right now. Which is Sim 93 still in P1. Luka Jackson in second. Van Keur now makes a move on Mitch Johnson to take third now. Could this be his first podium? We don't know yet, but I think it may be. I said for sure up to 11th. Still not the matter. Oh, that's a side pot gone there for Lewis Bottas. I can definitely see that. Actually, it's not the side pod. It's a bit of front wing of on his car. And we're halfway through the race now, so yeah, the championship will be decided pretty much clearly now. Sepp he just have no chance of winning a championship now because of the wrecks. Sim 93, he's still holding the field really well. Hasn't lost any positions at all from the start to now. But Luka Jackson, he has to win this race in order to get the championship win, and make sure that Simon Ikinga drops down to 6th. But you can see on the 6th place, Red Legend in 5, he's just on behind. But now here it goes out, and here it goes out, and Keko Galone down the inside on this corner. Oh, he gets such a big one! But Keko Galone, he just goes out the inside. I think it was on Jordan Vermeer. Now he's being crashed out once again. That's not Keko Galone, it's Tom Bay, sorry. And they are now struggling on turn 11. Ooh, almost hitting wall. That's Ben Wolf. But you can see Jean Blanc and Lewis Bottas out of nowhere. He's now back. He's now in the fight on this group as well. So back on the front though. It's still these top 5s. So Magnus will have to hope for a miracle there. And there we go. Mitch Johnson down the inside. Jordan Vermeer still holding on. Still holding on the track. So yeah, Luka Jackson has to win this race. But for Magna for now, if they still stay like this, they will have 18 plus 12, so that means 30 points. So it's still not enough to beat Simtek Maranello for the Constructors' Championship. But you can see that Sim 93 is struggling for a grip now on turn number 6. sorry, turn number 10 into 12-13, and you can see Van Keur is actually pressurizing Luke Jackson now. And we only have 4 laps to go in this race. It's going very short. And now seems almost in 90. It's very short race, so it's pretty much just 25% race. So yeah. There he goes. Down the inside now. Van Keur down the inside. This could make a blow on Magna and Lucas Jackson. Oh, look at Van Keur just broke his front wing off, and that means. But Van Keur has to go around the outside. He took himself into second place, but he has to pit. Well, this is not very good at all. But here goes Simon Kinga. He's right behind him, and he's now losing time. And there you can see Red Legend 35 on right behind him, and now Mitch Johnson down the inside of Luka Jackson. Luka Jackson is now under pressure from Simon Kinga now. It's going pretty well now. It's going pretty well now for the championship contender. So yeah, but now Van Keur in the pit. But Lucas Jackson is only second. It's only 4th place or 3rd place right now. Seems to have a marginal lead now. So he was just maybe pulled away. But there you can see that Jordan Vermeer right behind Panos Glazos. And oh, that's another spin there, Martanda. Oh man, that was another dangerous one on the back. What on earth happened there? So yeah, he was coming down to this corner. Oh, he just slid off himself out, hits the wall. That might broke his axle though. That broke his wheel axle though, just a bit. But still okay, we're still on a contention now. And look at that, Mitch Johnson actually challenging for the win now. But you can see now the other groups of cars, they're still coming up now. They're still coming pretty much they're still coming up. They're just bunching the field up once again. Here it goes now, Mitch Johnson still right behind Simpsons in 93. Still can't really pass Simpsons in 93. If he makes a mistake, they both made a mistake. We only have 2 laps to go now after this lap. Well, what could possibly happen if Simpsons just dumped on the final corner? We'll see now. Here we goes, DRS enable, and that means Mitch Johnson has a better. He might have won this race. He could won this race though. We'll see what happens. 2 laps to go in this race. And here we go, Simpsons in 93. He's absolutely struggling for grip, but he's still holding on. Oh, Mitch Johnson. Goes out, and it's on a DRS zone on over here. So another DRS zone here, so he would probably catch up with Simpsons 93. He has DRS. And it's closing up now down into the back stretch. It's very close now, and he could probably go down the inside of this corner, but he still haven't gone for a move yet. And there he goes. Isaac for sure down the inside now on the. That's on Matt Tombe. What a move there. And look at that. Simon Kinga also struggling as well. There was just something happened. It could be, but there you can see Alexander Nan. DRS past Luis Bottas. And whoa, that was a very slidey. That's a very slidey one from. I think it was Lewis Hill. I think it's the last lap now. It's the last lap of the race. You can see Simon Kinga still holding on. Everyone, it's just going conservative. They just gonna go for it. And here he goes, Mitch Johnson. He only have one last chance to go on to try to get past Simpsons in 93. So here he goes now. Could he potentially going to win this race. And here he goes. Here he goes. He's just closing up. I don't think it's not going to be enough. So here he goes now around into the 9, 10, 11. It is Simpson still making a little mistake. But will Mitch Johnson going on the final corner? Could he go dive bomb in the final corner? He will not go for the final. Oh no. And Simpson 93 comes around the final corner. And he will take the win for the Australian Grand Prix. And Simon Yikinga is your inaugural IWTR World Formula Series Season 1 champion. What an ending that was. So Rich Johnson in second place. Luke Jackson, sadly, he can't make it for a podium, a championship win. But he still got his, I think, second or third podium of the season. But Simon Yikinga, he absolutely drove very hard. He finished fourth, and he will take the championship win. The first ever IWTR World Formula Series champion. Red Legendary 5, what a great performance from him. Also with Jordan Vermeer in 6th place. Planus Glazers as well. Starting at like, I don't know, about 20th? He's up into 17 because of those crash happening on the back, in front of him. Isaac for sure just came close to win the championship. He finishes 8th, McTominay 9th, Jerome Blanc 10th. The pole position just, yeah, and it's a very disastrous weekend for the Auto Germany. And we've also Ben Wolf in 11th place, Martinez 12th. Dre Master 13th, Permanent Page 14th, Lewis Bottas, yeah, just not having great performance this weekend. And then Argentina Vivoda, Tim Anderson's 17th, Michael Vallier 18th, Heinov 19th, Van Keur 20th, Alexander 21st, Lewis Hill 22nd, Keiko alone 23rd, Sepp Plebs 24th, Major Falcon 25th, and lastly Marco Bergalanen 26th. And with that in mind, second and third, which is 18 plus 15, which is 33, points on Magna's standings. That only gets to 34. That only gets them to only 134 points. Which that means Simon Yikinga and Simtech Maranello both won the championships. So Simtech Maranello, it gets 12 points for Simon Yikinga. So that means they have 151 points. So that's quite a margin there. So yeah, Simon Yikinga, congratulations to him and for his team for winning the drivers and the constructors championship. Well, wow, it's been a hell of the ride from this. Our first race of the season where we saw plenty of action, even a red flag as well on the first race of the season. Now with the final race of the season, it's really a fitting send-off for this first season. And oh, actually Sepp Plebs, no fuels on his car. He stops on a track. He finishes 24th today. But yeah, he stops on the track. He has no fuel left. He has insufficient fuels. But yeah, like I said, this is the end to the first ever season, the inaugural season of the IWTR World Formula Series. It's been a hell of the ride since the last 10 weeks that we have for this organization and this series. I hope you all enjoy this entire season of IWTR World Formula Series Season 1, and I'm pretty sure that we can make a better track, a better season, a better broadcast. We'll show that we can. I'm kind of speechless right now because it's very emotional to it is very emotional to run this race and run this community. I hope AI racing would continue to grow, and also this community is gonna be absolutely it will be absolute I will be a bright future for this community and for this organization as well. So thank you everyone for watching this race and this entire season of the World Formula Series. If you'd like to see more of these contents, be sure to like, share, subscribe to the International World Tour Racing channel. And if you're interested in participating in this league, I'll put a Discord server link in the description below. So that's it for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Pausa signing off. Goodbye folks. See you on the second season of the IWTR World Formula Series.